This right here is a 95 Ford Mustang GT, the last of the 5-liter V8s. And I'm super excited for today's video because we're gonna bring this thing back to life. It is ugly. It only has 80,000 miles on it, and I bought it at the auction last week. And in today's video, we're gonna bring this thing back to life. My name is Craig from Flying Wheels. Let's get going. You guys know I love giving stuff away. We're gonna do another giveaway today, so stay tuned to the end because we're gonna do some cool stuff. We're gonna give away some stuff, man stuff. So today's video is special thanks to Keeps men's hair products, treatment products and hair loss treatments and all kinds of cool stuff. So stay tuned till later because I'm gonna give some cool things away later on. So the other day we bought this Mustang at the auction and I could tell, or I think it's kind of like a diamond in the rough. And it was freaking rough. This was an ugly Mustang, so ugly that even at the auction, no one was really bidding on it. I mean, for a Mustang, like a V8 toy or any type of toy at the auction, for nobody to be bidding on it, says a lot about the condition of this car because prices are high, demand is high, and anything fun, the dealers are paying all the money for it. So I think I scored on this thing. I mean, this is the first time I've even driven this car. Now I know there's a clunk in the front end we have to check out. The odometer says 80,000 miles. It's titled and shows actual mileage, which is pretty great. I'm gonna floor this thing. 3, 2, 1. It is so slow. This is disappointing. All right, we're fueled up. Hopefully it was just maybe some old gas in it. The cool thing about this is it's a 95, so it's OBD1, which is like pre-emissions. 96 and up, OBD2, so you can plug like your scan tool in it. You can't do that on this one. It's an OBD1. It's a different emission setup. Now, with that in mind, you'll notice the check engine light isn't on anymore. I turn it off, put fuel in it, turn the car back on, check engine light is off. That doesn't really happen in like as easily in today's cars. All right, Mustang, bend over. I like using this tool. As you can see, all the dust blowing up in the air. I should probably be wearing a mask, but it's good to blow in the vents and in all these creases. It gets everything out. Now that everything's blown up to the front, I can vacuum it out. Most of these tools are available in my Amazon link down below, so anything I use is usually available. Just click the link in the description. There's always a McDonald's French fry. Broke like a potato chip. Not good. Now it's time for my favorite part, the car wash. That's the most satisfying because this car's filthy. I think just a wash is going to make a big difference. My favorite parts. So anything chrome, I could take an SOS pad or a Brillo pad, a soap pad, I don't want to say a specific brand. Take a soap pad like you do your dishes, and you just scrub it on nice and soapy on a chrome. And it gets all the pitting and rust off. Now I'm going to spend a lot of time in this engine bay, and later in the video I'm going to show you why. I'm going to do a complete transformation on the physical appearance of this engine, so when you open the hood, there's going to be a tremendous wow factor. And it all starts with the prep work. So I'm going to prepare this engine now, so later on I can really make it pop. So like I said, you get that wow factor when it's finished. Always be careful when cleaning your engine. You really don't want to apply direct water pressure to anything electrical, especially computers, ECM, PCM, anything like that. So just watch what you're spraying. This is my favorite part. I love cleaning wheels and tires. A wheel acid will always work well on your wheels. Just be careful, you don't want to use a wheel acid on chrome wheels, but aluminum wheels, it'll get a lot of the dirt and debris off before you even scrub it, and then it makes for easier scrubbing and rinse off later on. Now I'm not really happy with black. I want these wheels to pop, so we're going to try to paint them silver and bring them back to life later on. I am by no means a hand detailer. I won't ever say I am. But we are decent at what we do. So before we do any paint correction, I'm going to use a degreaser, and then I'm going to do a soapy wash. So that'll get like all the real heavy compound off. I like to wet the car first, and then I'll use a degreaser that gets all the old waxes and debris off the car. Hey, check out this shot. I thought that was kind of neat. So I'm going to hand scrub the entire car after I spray it with the degreaser. Then we're going to use a nice foamy soap on the entire car. That way we're working with just a fresh surface before we apply any polishing compounds or rubbing compounds. Inspection on the Mustang is done. You can see how thorough we are. It's about 72 different things we check for New Hampshire state inspections. It's old enough that we don't have to worry about emissions. It does have the original cats, cherry bomb mufflers, so it has baffles and chambers, so it passes emissions. But even if the check engine light comes on, it doesn't matter in our state. Tires, 9/32, plenty of tread. They're almost brand new. Coolant leaking from the thermostat. Oil sensors leaking, needs an oil change. The clunk from the driver's side, I think, are struts. So we bought front struts. They're old anyway, the original, so they need to be done. We're gonna do a serpentine belt, couple brake lights, and that's it. So some repairs, some cleaning, bing, bang, boom, a little bit of paint, we should be all good. A company called Keeps has given us some products to give away to you guys. It's like hair products, thickening shampoos and conditioners, pomades and stuff. You have a pretty good head of hair, don't you?
Yeah, somewhat.
I don't think the viewers have ever seen German's real hair. Yeah, and you should see him when he's dressed up. Dave, I'm sorry that I'm pointing it at you, but if you feel like you're noticing things maybe in the drain a little bit more, try this product. It helps stimulate your growth. 2 out of 3 men by the age of 35 have suffered like some type of hair loss. So Keeps products are doctor recommended, and they get delivered like right to your door. Keeps has thickening shampoo, Keeps has thickening conditioner, and then I always remember this term from when I was a kid, the commercials. Minoxidil topical aerosol foam. And I'm gonna give this product to you, and if you wanna learn more about this product and buy some for yourself, there's a link in the description down below. Comment down below, Keeps hair product, and like this video and subscribe. 3 things. Guys, there's probably a pretty good value to this stuff, and somebody's gonna get it for free. 3 months supply, right here for you guys. Now, I have to preface this. We've been scammed. All of our viewers have been scammed recently. Sadly, it's like super sad to say, but there's somebody commenting, hey, you've won, pay us $60 in shipping, we'll send you a product from Flying. That's not true. Don't believe anybody, that's not happening. I will comment in the next video who won, directly from me, and you can reach out to me through our website, and I'll get your address and send it to you. Every week, we give away stuff, and someone's trying to take advantage of that. So I'm giving away things, but be careful because there are a lot of scammers out there trying to take advantage of you. Thanks a lot today to Keeps for today's video. All right, German, I'm going to the UK for a week to go check out English cars. Think you can handle this one?
Oh yes, I'll take care of this.
There's a lot to do. I mean, this thing's rough. I've kind of cleaned the inside out already, and I'm just gonna do whatever you want to do until I get back and just surprise me with what you think is appropriate.
Will do.
All right, cool. Thanks a lot. The clear coat had really faded on this front fender, so German tried to blend it. Now this is like a pearl tricoat blue-green. It is going to be near impossible to match, not to mention that it's from 1995, so this car's almost 30 years. There's 30 years of fading on the paint. He then took the wheels off so he could paint them, and while the wheels are off, he painted the calipers red so they really pop behind the rim. You know German loves his polisher, so he took the polisher out with like a heavy diamond cut to try to bring the paint back to life, and then after that, he's going to use like a cleaning polish to make it really pop and shine. Now I had to take off to the UK for a couple days, so I left this car for German to take care of, and I haven't even seen this, but look at how beautiful this car came out just from his buff and polish. I wasn't expecting this car to look like this. I was hoping, but I didn't think it would look this nice. Can you walk us through everything you did? Because they like you more than they like me, and they'll love to hear how and what you did to this car to make it look like this. First, can we do the headlights?
Yes.
Because I was thinking about replacing these headlights,
Okay.
but I wanted to see what you could do with them first. How'd you do it?
So basically all I did was sand it with 1500, 2000 wet sand grit, get on it and take all the oxidation off of it, and just tackle it with some heavy compound and a wool pad on my buffer.
Was this black? Wasn't this black?
Yes, that was plasti dip black. So I kind of just sanded that down with 220.
Yeah, and then
a little
paint
bit and painted it. I covered everything up and painted around it.
Ooh, speaking of plasti dip, you did something amazing, and I have some questions for you. These wheels, check out these wheels. If I didn't know you did anything to these wheels, I would have thought they were brand new wheels. So they were plasti dipped or were they painted black?
They were plasti dipped.
Did they peel off?
And they did peel off. It
I
wasn't
love when
as
that
easy,
happens.
but most of it peeled off pretty easy.
So just a heads up for you guys, if you're ever doing like a plasti dip coating on wheels or anything, lots of light coats make it easy to peel off later. If you do a heavy coat, they never peel off appropriately. So prep them right, clean them, leave a nice coating over and over and over. The more coats you use, the more peel off. So most of it peeled off, and then you painted this. Metallic silver Krylon all-in-one, that's it. That's what made these wheels look like factory. Did you clear over them after?
I did.
Yeah, so we'll use this, and then I'll clear over them a couple coats too, and they look like the perfect like aluminum finish. I'm pretty sure you can get this stuff in my Amazon cart. Like we have a link to Amazon stuff that we use, so check that out. Awesome product. I don't know how you did that. That's not just clear coat. So I want you to explain to me and the world how you blended this to make it look like a pearl and match and not look like it was, you had to spray the whole fender with clear, right?
Yes.
All right, tell me what you did.
So basically I actually pulled one of your tricks, Craig.
Blends?
Yeah, I did the blends with two different colors that we had in the cabinet.
You made your own color.
Yes, made my
So
own color.
green and blue?
And blue.
And then clear over
And
it?
cleared over it.
To match 25-year-old, 30-year-old paint, that's pretty impressive. This is better than I thought it was going to look like, because we're not going to match a pearl that's this age.
Also here, this aluminum aftermarket gas cap has corrosion. I took it off. It's all Allen wrenches. Took that, removed it, and grinded it down, and just painted it gloss black as well.
Here's where I always say it's all about attention to detail. This part right here looks incredible. So I'm assuming this is just spray paint. You took the wipers off,
Yes.
painted this too black. Did you have to remove this or just tape it?
I removed it.
So you removed everything, and went gloss black on both of these, which really makes it pop now. It's like stuff you don't notice,
Yes.
but looks great. Speaking of that,
Yes.
we're not quite finished in here yet, but I noticed that you probably painted it and then took an angle grinder to it?
To it, yes.
Yeah, that looks great. So normally what we do is if you paint everything, you can sand off the top and then the inside stays red. I'm also going to paint all of this in here to bring this back to life and then clean up the engine. Mustang is getting some new struts and springs today. Old cars. So we get working on old cars. Everything's crusty. Look at that. I noticed the strut is out. Can you tell me what the clunking was?
The clunking actually was after I took the strut out, the control arm drops down with the spring in it and found out that the very bottom coil was cracked and broken.
All right.
So that's what's making the clunking sound when you turn.
What are we doing to the Mustang now? So we're doing coils, struts, radiator hose, and oil change.
Oil change, thermostat gasket, and oil sensor, and oil change.
Nice. Okay, great. So these seats are obviously the worst part of the car. And now that I'm back, I want to replace both, but it's like $900 to replace the two. Chairman, how much was it to do both seats?
Yes, it was gonna be like about $940, $950.
$950 to do both seats, which I don't know that I'll get that money back if we put it into the car. And you have to think, like, we're working on resale value, and you need to make a profit, otherwise we're out of business. So if we spend $1,000 on seats, it doesn't make this thing worth $1,000 more, which is really difficult to make that decision. If it was my car, I would do both seats because I'm keeping the car. But to make a profit, I have to keep my margins low. So I have to decide what is the least expensive way to repair these seats and still make a profit. Like, I could buy seat covers for $50. I can't find these seats used because they're all old and ripped, or I pay an upholsterer $1,000. So I'm still trying to figure out what to do with this seat. So I bought these for the Mustang at my local parts store, and I really don't want to. I really want to have like some nice seats, but the Mustang isn't perfect. It's like presentable and decent. We'll put these on. They were $70, and we'll see how they look. And I could even do the bench seat, the front seats. So we'll try it out. For $70, it was worth a gamble to see if it makes an improvement, because I can't spend $900 on upholstery. Plus 2-3 weeks time too. All right, and here we go. Say goodbye to these seats. Finished product with seat covers. Obviously way better, but not perfect. I'm disappointed. Like, really nice new upholstery would have been great. But I mean, the car's not perfect. You can see there, and the hood still has the stuff, the defects in it. So, I mean, we're not making a show car. We're making a sellable, nice, fun toy. Now, it's running rough, really. We're gonna do a cap, rotor, and 8 spark plugs today to see if we can bring this beast back to life, because it was incredibly sluggish. The plugs looked old, cap and rotor was gross. So hopefully that makes a big difference and we can make this kind of a semi-performance car again. We started yesterday, and you can see just, they might be the original Motorcraft plugs. Who the heck knows? It's pretty gross. So we're gonna put some new plugs in. Hopefully it runs better. This engine could use a little dressing. We're gonna clean up the intake plenum. I think we can make it look a lot better than that. Now, I could remove the strut bar. I don't think it's necessary, so I'm just gonna tape it off first. Here I taped off the 5-liter emblem badge because I don't want that to be painted, and I'll show you what I did with it later on. All right, honestly, I think that should be sufficient because we're just gonna do a light dusting over it. Quick tip, never use chrome paint. Chrome doesn't look like chrome. It's not gonna look good. Same product we used on the wheels, like an aluminum finish, is the same stuff I'm gonna use in that plenum. Now, remember what it looked like before. I'm just doing a real light dusting just to kind of bring it back to life. I don't want to get overspray everywhere, and if you spray it on too heavy, it's going to run, and it's just going to look a little funny. So you want a natural look, and I get that just by dusting it on. Now, it may not look like it from here, but everything is taped off on all sides of the plenum, and anything I don't want overspray on is completely covered with either newspaper or something else, so I don't get the overspray everywhere, because it will notice, especially with the metallic silver. All right, you can see how lightly I just put it on there, Everything looks good. It's nice and clean right now. Now let's remove the tape. Ta-da. Next day, check out how this engine came out. Wait for it. You ready for the reveal? Everything's done in the Mustang. The only thing I haven't done is drive it after we did plugs, cap, rotor, and all that stuff. So now we're gonna take it for a test drive and see if we're actually ready for sale. I used the wrong key, a valet key or something. Beeping at me. Ignition. Look at this alarm remote system. Let's see. Tamper. Disarm. So it has, geez, it's a pretty elaborate remote. So it tells me the alarm was going off. I wonder how far the range is on it. And it deactivates the car. Wow. Oh, that's cool. And then what's this one do? Is this a remote starter? I have no freaking clue. 2 keys, 2 gas cap keys, and 2 remotes, along with a pretty intricate alarm system and immobilizer. All right, let's get the heck out of here. Still slow, but it does feel better. Let's see how it shifts. Are you shifting? Are you gonna shift? Oh, here we go. It's a 95 Mustang GT. It's not amazing, but it's still a pretty cool car with 80,000 miles. So now we're gonna photograph it and put it up for sale and see if we can make some money on this car. It was a heck of a project, and it's a heck of a transformation from what it was to what it is. Someone that's looking for a toy for not a ton of money, like I think I can market this thing and list it for like $59.95, and someone can have a toy with 80,000 miles for under 6 grand. So yeah, it's shifting smoothly. It's inspectable, has new springs, new fluids, new belts. I'm proud of this one. Now it's crazy to think this Mustang GT with a 5-liter V8 came standard from the factory with 215 horsepower. That is just despicable. Why? I mean, it has a good sound to it. Otherwise, nothing else about this thing is really that cool. But hey, 215 horsepower, I don't know what to say after that. It's just disappointing. Now what's pretty cool is this is the first generation after like that Fox body style Mustang. 94 and 95 was this new body styled Mustang, and it blew people away with the looks. A lot of people didn't like it, a lot of people loved it, but what's really cool is it was kind of like a replica of a 69 Mustang, 70 Mustang. What do I mean by that? Well, if you look at the old 69, 70 Mustangs, they looked just like this here into the dash. Even that cluster is very similar to a 69 and a 70 Mustang. Now going here as well, into the back had those bolstered seats just like that, but it was multiple instead of just 2 all the way down. So they were constantly trying to replicate the original generational muscle car Mustang every time they redid these Mustangs. And this was a pretty cool car when they first did it. I remember when these came out, it was amazing. I even had the RC cars of it. So I try to get, when I'm photographing the cars, you'll see the sun is like directly at the angle. If I shoot from that side, I'll get a shadow on the car. Mustang's done. It was about a week turnaround time. I gotta say, I am disappointed in the seat because I couldn't get upholsterers to even get it done in time because they're all too busy. So I had to go with a seat cover, which I'm not completely pleased with. Everything else though, I love it. I am pumped about this car and the transition. I knew it was gonna come out nice when we were done with it. I didn't know it was gonna come out this nice. Now we have about $2,700 into this car. I know we can list it for $49.95, but I'm gonna try it at $59.95 to see how we do because it's a rare car. You don't see these things everywhere and the mileage is pretty low. So if this video was helpful, I hope it was. I hope it was entertaining to you guys. Do me a favor and thumbs up down below. A special thanks to today's sponsor, Keeps Men's Hair Products. Check it out in the link down below. Let's face it, some of you guys have hair loss problems. Why not try it out? Check it out in the link down in the description. And in the next video, I'm gonna tell you who won today's giveaway. Remember, comment down below Keeps, thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel to get an opportunity to win some of Keeps hair products. And for now, that's it. So thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'll see you all later. Have a great day. Adios. Hey everyone, thanks again for watching. I always appreciate your support. If you could help me out by hitting that thumbs up button, it would help boost the algorithm and I'd appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you can click that circle in the middle to subscribe, and to the left and to the right are best recommended videos and playlists. See you later.